Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Henley High School Baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and on mybasin.com. It is a wonderful Tuesday afternoon in southern Klamath County. We are going to be flirting with 70 degrees today in a Skyline Conference matchup. The Hornets at home today at Rosser Field against the Klamath Union Pelicans. Henley entering play today 13-2 overall in the season with a sweep of their first Skyline Conference series of the season. 3 straight wins against Phoenix means 5 straight wins altogether. Of course, they had a doubleheader sweep of Junction City heading into that series. Henley winners of 5 straight ball games coming into today's contest. Klamath Union enters today 7-8. They were swept last week by Hidden Valley. Scores of 11-1, 17-3, and 11-1 again. But before that, they had won 5 straight. This Klamath Union team has been streaky at times this year. They're trying to get back to 500 overall and grab their first Skyline Conference win today on the road. This is the first of what will be a 3-game season series between the Hornets and the Pelicans. Game 1 here today at Rosser Field. Games 2 and 3 will be played Friday at Kiger Stadium. We'll discuss it all, as well as an in-depth look at these two teams as they come into play today. We'll also take a look at your Country Financial starting lineups. First pitch just around the corner on 104.3, 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
And we welcome you back to wonderful Rosser Field on the campus of Henley High School for today's Skyline Conference matchup between the host Hornets and the Klamath Union Pelicans. Like we said a moment ago, Klamath Union entering play today 7-8 overall on the season, still looking for their first Skyline Conference win, 0-3. Henley is 13-2 overall this season. They are 3-0 in league play. Getting the start on the mound today for the Hornets is the right-hander Corbin Hamilton. We'll take a look at his stats here in just a moment, but first, want to introduce you to the full Country Financial starting lineups. Country Financial, the nation's #1 life insurance provider. Leading off, and we'll start with the Klamath Union Pelicans, the visitors today. They'll start with P.J. Safford, the third baseman, batting leadoff today. Isaac Barias, the second baseman, is hitting second, and the shortstop, Tilden Kaufman, bats third. Harrison Swaim is the first baseman. He is batting fourth. Batting fifth is Griffin Johnson in right field. Reese Johnson, the pitcher, bats sixth. Luis Mesa Bravo is the catcher. He's batting seventh, followed by the designated hitter, Nathan Ferns, batting eighth. And Donovan Jones is in left field. He bats ninth for the Pelicans. Now, as we take a look at the starting 9 for the Henley Hornets, Connor Shively, the leadoff hitter, he's playing shortstop. Carson Sims, the second baseman, bats second, followed by Jacoby Takini, the catcher, hitting third. Ian Meyer is at first base. He bats cleanup today, followed by Derek Cobb, Cox, the third baseman, batting 5th. Hitting 6th is the pitcher Corbin Hamilton. Chase Barrett's in left field, batting 7th. Porter Frost, the right fielder, bats 8th. And hitting 9th is Ryan Douglas in center field. All right, now let's take a look at Corbin Hamilton on the mound today for Henley. He's making his 8th start of the season, carries a 5-1 record this year. In 30 2/3 innings pitched, he's allowed 17 hits, 9 runs, although just 4 of them earned. He's walked 13 and struck out 38 batters this year. Good for an ERA under 1. It's .91 entering play today. It's a good outing last time out for Corbin. Got a start in, I believe it was Game 1 against the Phoenix Pirates. That was this time last week, game in which he was able to go the distance. 7 innings pitched, only allowing 2 hits, 1 walk. He struck out 4 batters in that contest. He also pitched well against Junction City earlier in the year. I mean, every one of his starts has been quality for Corbin Hamilton. And it looks like we're nearly ready for baseball today as the Hornets wear their navy blue tops, Henley written across their chest in a yellow outline. White pants today for the Hornets and navy caps. Klamath Union looking sharp, I got to say. Pelicans written across their chest. They've got full gray on today, which is typical for a baseball team. And I believe they wear all white at home, too. So they got the classic uni combos for the Pelicans. As we get ready for our leadoff hitter of the ball game today, it is Klamath Union's third baseman, P.J. Safford. Safford making it official last week. He will be continuing his playing career at the Oregon Institute of Technology. Signed his letter of intent, it was last week, as he takes strike 1 from Corbin Hamilton. The first pitch, 1 minute ahead of schedule today, 4:59. And like I said, it's a really nice day for baseball today. It is 61 degrees as we get underway this afternoon. Safford pops up the second pitch. It's foul off to the right side. Meyer gives chase, but he'll run out of room. The count is 0-2. Talked about Safford signing that letter of intent coming into play today. Second on the team in hitting. He bats .357 this year, but he does lead the team in hits. He's got 15 of them so far this season. Hamilton ready with the 0-2 pitch. A curveball's going to hit him, and that got him on the elbow there. So on a 2-strike count, Safford wears it, and the Pelicans have a leadoff base runner. And they will bring up Isaac Barrios. Batting now, Isaac Barrios, as we just said a moment ago, batting .250 on the season, 9 for his first 36 at-bats. But he is tied for the team lead in extra base hits. He's got 3 doubles so far this spring. Hamilton working out of the stretch here early, and the first pitch is going to be a check swing, misses upstairs. The count is 1-0 to Barrios. Jacoby Tacchini, the other half of the battery here for the Hornets today. He's behind the dish. We'll go around the diamond here after this pitch, the 1-0 to Isaac Barrios. Hamilton said with it. Tacchini gives the signal. And now the pitch. It is hit into the air, playable in the infield. Carson Sims, the second baseman, settles underneath it, makes the catch for the first out. So 1 gone here in the top of the first inning. We'll go around the diamond for you. Derek Cox plays third. Connor Shively at short. We just said Carson Sims over there at second base. And Ian Meyer is the first baseman today for Henley. In the outfield and left, it's Chase Barrett. In center, it's Ryan Douglas. Porter Frost patrols right field today. All right, first pitch coming up to Tilden Kaufman, the team leader in hitting, entering play today. He'll take an inside curveball for strike 1. Good placement there for Hamilton. Kaufman bats .375 entering today's contest. 12 hits on the year, and he leads the squad in triples. He's got a pair of those so far this year. He's come up in some good spots for Klamath Union this year. When they need an RBI or a big hit, he's been a guy to help find him a lead, especially in situations where Safford is able to reach base to start a game. That's what allowed Klamath Union to score a couple early runs against Hidden Valley in their series last week. Of course, Klamath Union wound up getting swept, but they were able to put runs on the board early and make the Mustangs play from behind a little bit in that series. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Tilden Kaufman. Hamilton tries to drop in a curveball and does, just clipped the top of the zone, and that'll ring up Kaufman for strike 3, and that brings up Harrison Swain. Swain batting .219 to start the season for Klamath Union. Able to get on base, though, at a much better clip than his batting average. Still gets on base about 41% of the time, and here he hits one foul. I think the ball hit the batter's box, or maybe the batter itself. Either way, it was called a foul ball, and the count is now 0-1 to Harrison Swing. Safford still aboard at first, 2 outs, top of the first inning. And Hamilton delivers, goes curveball, finds the zone on that one. Good breaking pitch there from Corbin Hamilton. He gets ahead here, 0-2. Comes set once more, ready for the offering. Standing on the right side, Swaim awaits the pitch. That one misses low and away. Count now 1-2. Griffin Johnson is on deck for the Pelicans, should this inning continue here. Now Hamilton set once more. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Goes curveball. That one's hit over the head of Derek Cox and into left field. A base hit for Swaim will move Safford into scoring position. 2 on and 2 out. Top of the first inning, and here comes Griffin Johnson. Johnson this season off to a good start, batting .333 this season for the Pelicans. As a team, not bad. .260 for the Pels. They get on base 46% of the time. And a golden opportunity here with a runner in scoring position against Corbin Hamilton. You know, I've said this for Corbin in the past, but if you're going to try to beat him, the way to do it is early. Because you let him settle in, and those chances to score, they start to become few and far in between. But if you can rattle him in the first inning, you have a chance to make the Hornets play from behind. And so far this season, the Pels have been good at that. First pitch hit high in the air, left field. Going back is the left fielder, Barrett. That one is over his head and will two-hop the wall. Safford will score. They're given the green light to Swaim. No, they slammed the brakes on him around first. An RBI double for Griffin Johnson, and that's precisely what I was talking about, as Klamath Union is on the board here, 1-0, top of the first inning. And for Johnson, that's his third double this season. RBI number 12 now puts him in the lead on the team, and it brings up the pitcher, Reese Johnson. A golden opportunity for him to help himself out before he even has to throw a pitch this afternoon. Johnson, so far this season, batting .312. He is 10 for his first 32 at-bats this year. Hamilton set. And the pitch is swung on and missed. The count is now 0-1 to Reese Johnson. Luis Mesa Bravo is on deck today for the Pels. Takini gives the signal. Hamilton set, kicks and delivers. That pitch missed in the dirt. Hamilton looking in once more. And the delivery, 1-1 pitch, misses upstairs. Pardon me, I think that was the 0-1 pitch. Now the count, nope, it is 2-1. Had a little bit of trouble with the scoreboard today, but it looks like we are back and online. Okay. Hamilton working out of the windup now with the runner on third. The 2-1 pitch offered up at and missed. Count 2-2 to Reese Johnson. Aboard at third, Harrison Swaim. Aboard at second is Griffin Johnson. And already one run home in this half inning for the Pels. It's 1-0. The 2-2 from Hamilton. He's able to drop it to curveball for strike 3. Sets down Johnson to retire the side. But the Pels do score 1 on a couple of base hits. They leave 2 stranded. It's 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the first next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Ready to get going here in the bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 ball game as the Klamath Union Pelicans lead the Henley Hornets today. Let's take a look at the numbers for the right-hander for Klamath Union, Reese Johnson. Entering play today, this is his fourth start of the season, his seventh overall appearance. He's got an 0-3 record entering play today. In his first 14 innings pitched this season, he's allowed 13 hits, 21 runs, although only 14 of them earned. He's walked 19 and struck out 20 batters. His ERA hovers right around 7 entering play today. And as a team, this Klamath Union squad, who's surrendered 106 runs, 50 of them have been of the unearned variety. So you want to try to pay attention to cleaning up defense today for the Pels, being able to make the routine plays, and you put yourself in a position to be competitive today. Henley, of course, at the top of the conference. They've scored the most runs. They've allowed the least. It's going to be a tall mountain to climb today for KU, but again, you limit those errors and you give yourself a chance to succeed against a good Hornets team this afternoon. Leading off for them is going to be the shortstop, Connor Shively, then Carson Sims, then Jacoby Takini. Shively and the rest of the Hornets really coming off a good series against the Phoenix Pirates. Shively scored 3 runs in the 14-0 nightcap back on Friday. He had an RBI and a double in that contest. The first pitch to him misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Luis Meza Bravo, the other half of the Klamath Union battery. He's the catcher today for the Pels. And the pitch to Shively misses high and tight. Count now 2-0 to the Henley shortstop. Shively entering play today, batting .327. He's seen that average jump up quite a bit since the start of even Skyline Conference play and the series against Junction City before that. Shively was hovering around .250 before the month of April began, but like I said, he's seen that average jump up nicely to a spot where I think he likes it, .327. Again, entering play today, 16 for 49 to start the year. Now in a 3-0 count, Shively watches one miss low below the knees, and a leadoff walk delivered to Shively brings up Carson Sims. Talk about a good series against the Phoenix Pirates. Sims certainly had a good one. Just even looking at the box score from the nightcap, the 14-0 win for Henley last week. Sims also scored 3 runs, had 3 RBI in that game, and was 2 for 3 in that contest. Of course, in the opener of the doubleheader back on Friday, Sims aided the Hornets in a walk-off win, got the single that was able to secure a 10-9 victory for Henley in that contest. First pitch to Sims, right down the middle, take it for strike 1. Not a bad take, considering a 4-pitch walk delivered to the leadoff hitter. You want to try to make Reese Johnson get it over. But Sims comfortable batting with a couple of strikes on him, and right now down 0-1. He's leading the team in hitting, entering play today, .454, the average for Sims so far this spring. Here's the 0-1. Shively is on the move, and he will get in there safely. Mesa Bravo lost it on the transfer on the throw down. And so now Sims bats with a runner in scoring position. That's the tying run, standing out there at second, and a lot of speed in the person of Connor Shively. Jacoby Takini is on deck. And we'll get you the defense here for KU after this pitch to Carson Sims. They check on Shively. The pitch to Sims. He's going to foul it back into the glove of the catcher. The count now 1-2. P.J. Safford at third. Tilden Kaufman at shortstop. Isaac Barrias at second. Harrison Swaim at first. Donovan Jones in left. Nolan Baker in center. And Griffin Johnson is in right field today for the Pelicans. Sims in a 1-2 count at the plate. The pitch in is going to ring him up off the plate, but Sims takes a look at strike 3. There's one gone in the first inning, and it brings up Jacoby Takini. Golden opportunity here for Takini. Now his turn to try to tie this game up. .390 hitter entering play today and leads the team in doubles. He's got 6 of those, and third on the team in RBI. He's got 14 of those this season. Stands tall in the right-handed batter's box. Takes a look at a breaking pitch that missed upstairs. The count is 1-0 to Jacoby Takini. Last time out, Takini was hit by the pitch twice, but he was able to get on base in all 4 of his at-bats. reached on a single, an error, and then again was hit twice in that win against Phoenix back on Friday. Here he takes a pitch upstairs. Count is 2-0 to Takini. A real patient hitter up there at the plate. 7 walks is good for second most on the team entering play today. And as the catcher, he's got a good knowledge of the strike zone. Reese Johnson shakes off the first option from Mesa Bravo. Now is agreeable. The pitch to Takini is lifted shallow left field. Safford going backpedaling and able to make the catch for the second out. Now there's 2 gone, and in steps Ian Meyer. Meyer batting .348 to start the season for Henley. Last time out, Meyer had an RBI, was 1 for 4 in that contest, but his RBI came in the 4th inning. It was a 4th inning in which in which Henley scored 10 runs and was able to contribute an RBI in that inning. Here he takes a look at a pitch that misses upstairs, 1-0 to Meyer. 13 RBI this season for him, 11 runs scored. He's been great at getting on base this year. 43% of the time he's able to achieve that. Shively a modest lead off his second. The pitch to Meyer is wrapped foul to left side. Count is even 1-1. After Meyer in the order, it's Derek Cox. 331 down the left field side here at Rosser Field. 350 to left center, 383 dead center, 350 to right center, and then 325 down the right field line. Pitch to Meyer. Ground ball left side. Kaufman going to backhand it. Comes up with it. The throw on to first, not going to be in time. Meyer beats out the infield single, and that'll bring up Derek Cox. By the way, Shively advancing to third on that same play, and so runners at the corners now for Derek. Derek is batting .359 this season for Henley. 14 hits in his first 39 tries. 2 home runs on the season and a grand slam last time out, a part of that big 10-run inning I was talking about a moment ago. But he's added quite a lot of pop to his bat this year to go along with those 2 homers, 4 doubles and a triple, 16 RBI on the season. That is second most on the team. And they're going to get Meyer to go out there at second. No throw down, so now 2 men in scoring position for Derek Cox. Chance for the Hornets to try and take a lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Right now they trail 1-0. Pitch to Cox, lifted into the air right side, although it's out of play, foul. Count is even at a ball and a strike to Derek Cox. Corbin Hamilton is on deck for the Hornets should the inning continue. Started out with that walk to Connor Shively. He was able to advance to second on a steal. Sims struck out, then Takini flew out. But with that Meyer single, now we've got 2 men in scoring position. But 2 strikes. The count to Derek Cox, and he swings over the top of it. Big pitch there for Reese Johnson to set down Derek, and that will retire the side. The Hornets get a base hit. They leave 2 men stranded, and they trail 1-0 as we go to the second inning on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Getting set now for the top of the second inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. Klamath Union leading the Henley Hornets today as we get set for this top of the second inning. It's Luis Mesa Bravo, Nathan Ferns, and Donovan Jones due up. That's 7, 8, and 9 in the Pelicans order. Corbin Hamilton still out there working for Henley. Again, hit a batter who would later score in that inning. Trying to put up a 0 here is the first pitch to Mesa Bravo. That one's going to be called a strike. Catches the outside part of the plate, just below the letters for strike one. Taking a look at the numbers for Mesa Bravo so far this season. He's batting 120 to start the season for KU as he hits one foul there. 0-2, the count to the Pelicans catcher. 3 for his first 25 to start the season. All of his hits have been singles. Steps in, 0-2, the count against Corbin Hamilton. They go with an elevated fastball, and they get a swing and a miss there. 1 out in the second inning. Brings up the designated hitter, Nathan Ferns. That's Hamilton's third strikeout thus far in the game to go along with the first 2 in the first inning. And Nathan Ferns stepping in now. He's hitting .263 so far this season for KU. 10 for his first 38. 11 RBI for him. The pitch from Hamilton. Ooh, knee high, maybe a touch off the plate. Might have been below the knees too, but it'll be called strike one. The count to Ferns with Donovan Jones on deck. Hamilton trying to work outside. It's a foul ball, 0-2. Strike zone today might be a little bit wide to either right or left-handed hitters. Pitcher's going to get a bigger zone to work with today. Just hope the zone stays in one spot. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one is hit foul, and the count remains. I'm not upset at a larger strike zone typically. I like making the batters have to swing, giving the advantage to the pitchers a little bit. That's just the kind of baseball I like. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Ferns late on that pitch. Goes down on strikes, and there's quickly 2 gone in the second inning. Brings up Donovan Jones. Left fielder for Klamath Union. Jones hitting .200 to start this year. He's 4 for his first 20 at-bats. Takes a strike there. Letter high, again outside corner. Hamilton able to locate that pitch well. Gets ahead 0-1. Lineup turns over next. P.J. Safford is on deck for KU. The pitch in is going to miss off the plate outside. No question there. 1-1. The count to Donovan Jones. Jones, a senior this year for Klamath Union. So many other guys on this team a senior. A lot of experience on this team. As I look at guys who are in the starting lineup that aren't seniors, there's only 2. Here's a fly ball hit to the right side, foul. You've got Nolan Baker, who's a junior. And then Isaac Barrias is a sophomore. Reese Johnson, he's a junior as well. But a lot of seniors in this lineup for KU today. The 1-2 pitch into Jones. That one's hit into the air. Shallow center field. Shively, the shortstop. He's able to make the play and set down the side here for KU in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second with the Pelicans still up 1-0 on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food.
For your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Getting set for the, bottom of the second inning today on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. The Klamath Union Pelicans leading the Henley Hornets a score of 1-0. Corbin Hamilton, Chase Barrett, and Porter Frost do up this half for Henley. So they look to try to even things up or maybe take a lead here. A couple of other games going on concerning Klamath Basin teams. We'll try to catch you up this half inning, and we'll keep you up to date throughout today's game. But first, let's have a look at the first pitch to Corbin Hamilton. He is going to take a strike on the outside corner, falls behind 0-1. Inter-county rivalry game today. The Lost River Raiders taking on the Bonanza Antlers. We'll check on a score there. Top of the fifth inning, Lost River leading Bonanza 20-1. Hamilton chasing a pitch above his eyes there. He falls behind 0-2. Cross Point Christian today playing Illinois Valley. That is a league game in Special District 6 in the 1A, 2A class. They are still scoreless. Phoenix right now leads Mazama 1-0. And the pitch to Hamilton misses off the plate away, 1-2 the count there. And it looks like in softball action, the Henley Hornets leading the Klamath Union Pelicans 2-1. 1-2 is the count to Corbin Hamilton. He's going to swing and miss at strike 3, one gone in the second inning. 3 Ks for Reese Johnson here early in this contest too, and here's Chase Barrett. Barrett getting the start in left field today. Hasn't been in the starting lineup all that often this season, but I think in the series against Junction City and certainly the series against Phoenix last week, Barrett kind of made himself a guy that you want in the order. I've always liked watching him play. 357 hitter entering play today. Barrett also gets on base. Here's the real number that I like from him. 57% of the time he gets on base. That leads the team by a pretty wide margin, too. Here's the 0-1 to Barrett. That one misses above his head. Count is 1-1. Again, Barrett hasn't had an opportunity to start many games. This is only his 15th at-bat of the year compared with guys who play every day. I mean, Sims up at 53 at-bats, Hamilton up at 45, 49 for Shively. So, again, this Barrett's number 15, but you still love to see him getting on base. And also, he's scored a fair few runs as well. 14 runs scored this season. He's been able to be a courtesy runner a handful of times this year. The 1-1 pitch misses high, 2-1 to Barrett as he gets ahead of Reese Johnson here. One gone, bottom of the second inning, and Klamath Union leads Henley at Henley 1-0. Barrett settling back in for the 2-1 pitch, and he swings underneath it. Count is 2-2. Henley's been looking at that high fastball. It looks good out of the right hand of Reese Johnson, but they've swung underneath it each time. Now Barrett stands tall in the right-handed batter's box. Going to have to protect in a 2-strike count. Here it comes. That one's going to ring him up. Outside fastball called, strike 3. Barrett down looking, and that brings up Porter Frost. Again, there's that outside pitch that I was talking about. It's going to be there all day long for these pitchers. And Johnson able to exploit it there to set down Barrett as Porter Frost gets ready for his first at-bat today. Looking to show bunt, and he does. Now the pitcher having to make a play. Johnson throws on to first in time, trying to get a fire drill going in the infield. Doesn't pan out that time for Frost. The Hornets down in order, and they trail by a run as we go to the third next on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Clouds starting to cascade the sun a little bit here at Rosser Field on the campus of Henley High School. Slow breeze starts to settle in as well, but it's still a wonderful day as you look out over the outfield, see the blue skies, see Stuckel Mountain in the foreground, and it is really a wonderful sight to see here today. P.J. Safford gets things going in the top of the third inning. He'll take ball one, a game in which Klamath Union leads 1-0. It was Safford who scored the lone run of the ball game so far. He led off the game after being hit by a pitch. Made his way around the bases. Now the 1-0 pitch to him is going to miss low. Count is 2-0 to Safford. That was the first time he was hit by a pitch this season, too. He wore a curveball on the front elbow. Now he digs in ahead 2-0. Pitch from Hamilton. Ground ball towards the right side. Sims up with it. Throw on to first in time. And one gone in the third inning. Brings up Isaac Barrios. He is 0 for 1 today. Flew out to Sims in his first at-bat in the first inning. Batting .250 this season for Klamath Union. Hamilton was able to retire the side in order in the second. Looking for more of the same here. Starts things out with a curveball. Gets a swing and a miss from Barrios. The count is 0-1. In the first of what will be a 3-game season series between the Pelicans and the Hornets. The 0-1 pitch is another curveball offered up at and missed, 0-2. Games 2 and 3 will be over at historic Kiger Stadium on Friday with a 3 o'clock start for a doubleheader. And the 0-2 on the way is going to ring him up. Barrios less than thrilled with that call. Hard to blame him. That was off the inside part of the plate, but called strike 3. And there's 2 gone in the third inning. And it brings up Tilden Kaufman. Kaufman struck out in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Here Hamilton comes with the 0-0 pitch. Curveball rolled foul down the left side. Count is 0-1. You can take a look ahead at each of these two teams after this series concludes on Friday. Henley, a break from Skyline Conference play next week as they'll play Cascade Christian here on Tuesday. Then they'll play Ashland and then Ashland again later on in the week. They've got games Thursday and Saturday next week as well. For Klamath Union, after a 3-game series with Henley, it is the Phoenix Pirates next on the docket. The 0-2 pitch home to Tilden Kaufman is going to be looked at for ball 1. Pitch just a bit low, maybe a touch outside as well. Hamilton able to burn a pitch there, still has control in a 1-2 count, working out of the windup and the pitch. That's going to be off the plate away. And the count is 2-2. Harrison Swaim is on deck for the Pelicans if the inning continues. Hamilton looking in, and now the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, checks his swing, called strike 3 anyway. Hamilton back-to-back strikeouts to end the third inning, and we'll go to the bottom half next in a 1-0 ball game. Back after this on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Just about set now for the bottom of the third inning, and the Henley Hornets trail the Klamath Union Pelicans a score of 1-0. Ryan Douglas, Connor Shively, Carson Sims do up this half. That's 9-1-2 in the order for the Hornets. Douglas settling in now as he awaits the first pitch from Reese Johnson. That one's lifted foul to right side, 0-1. I want to take you back to the opening game on Friday. For Ryan Douglas, came up with a big hit late in that one, scored a couple of runs as he watches a pitch miss off the outside part there. Count is even at 1. He was also 1 for 3 in the nightcap against Phoenix back on Friday. Count is 1-1 to Douglas. Johnson working out of the stretch with the bases empty. He's going to miss off the plate outside, 2-1. Douglas in that series against Phoenix saw that average creep up a bit above 200 again. as he was about 170 entering that series. The 2-1 pitch misses upstairs, 3-1. The count to Douglas. Ryan, a veteran up there at the plate. He's a senior this year. He's been a varsity player now for 3 seasons. The 3-1 pitch called a strike. Count is 3-2. Settling back in now, Douglas, the Hornets center fielder. Great defensive ball player, trying to get something started with the stick here. The 3-2, hit hard, left field, carrying. That's going to be over the head of Jones and will be extra bases. It one hops the wall. Douglas a chance to show off the wheels, but he'll pull up to second base standing, and a leadoff double for the Hornets in the 3rd inning. Top of the order due up now for the Hornets, Connor Shively. We'll see what Henley is able to adjust to after seeing Reese Johnson one time through the order. Shively only saw 4 pitches in his first at-bat and didn't get a chance to swing. It was a 4-pitch walk, and then he was left stranded at third base later on in that inning. But an RBI opportunity here to try and tie the game. It's 1-0, and a runner at second is Ryan Douglas. The pitch to Shively. He hits that one into the air, left field as well. That one diving. It is going to land foul, just left of the line back there. Very close. Douglas was already halfway down the third base line by the time the ball landed. But he'll have to jog back across the field. And the count is 0-1 to Connor Shively. Connor this season, like we said, batting .327. He has got 6 RBI this season. Usually the guy tasked with setting the table. Today he's trying to get the tying run across as he takes a fastball upstairs for strike 2. As that was about letter high over the heart of the plate to Shively. Going to have to protect now in an 0-2 count. And again, strike zone widens out a bit here. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs. That's going to hit the backstop hard. Breaking for third, and in there safely is Douglas on the wild pitch. I suppose pass ball. Regardless, runner at third. And the count is 1-2. 90 feet away, the tying run here, bottom of the 3rd inning. Klamath Union and Henley in a Skyline Conference showdown. The 1-2 to Shively. Hit into the air, left side, foul for sure, and we'll do it again, 1-2. Right behind us, the Hornets softball team in action. Looks like they're tied up at 2. We'll keep you updated on that score as we move along today as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Shively. And the pitch is going to miss low. Took some dirt up with it. 2-2 to Shively with Carson Sims waiting on deck. Mesa Bravo gives the signal to his pitcher Johnson, who delivers. Shively hits one again in the air left field, but again it will be caught in left field. An incredible catch by Jones, but tagging and scoring is Ryan Douglas. That was an incredible catch. Diving out by the warning track on the left side. I didn't think he had a chance at that one. That was astounding. It did allow Douglas to tag on a ball which would have been foul anyway, but you get that run. That's productive play on both sides. Can't really slice that any other way. We're tied up at 1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning after the sacrifice fly from Connor Shively. And now Carson Sims bats with the bases empty and 1 out. Count is 1-0 to Sims. That one's a hard hit ball to Kaufman at short, and it goes through the 5-hole and into left field. Sims aboard after the error. Throw in was a wild one, but Sims stays put at first, and it brings up Jacoby Takini. And the dichotomy of defense there between one of the most astounding plays I've seen in high school baseball and then a routine ground ball goes through the legs. And it brings up Jacoby Takini with a runner on and 1 out. See if Sims is on the move here. They check on him, but Carson is back safely. Sims has certainly got the speed over there to make things happen. He is 7 for 8 on stolen base attempts this year, and he is second most stolen bases on the team. big one-step lead. They check on Sims again. He's able to scamper on back to first. He's a guy who probably doesn't need to take a huge lead because he's so fast, so he's not going to be someone who gets picked off over there unless you really catch him leaning, but he's a smart base runner. First pitch to Takini. Sims feigned a steal there, and the count 0-1 to Takini, just to see how the defense might react. Coach Sean Teeters down the third base side offering up those signals. And we're just about ready. Takini settling in. So for 1 today, flew out to third base in the first inning. Another move to Sims, over at first, but again back safely. Already 1 run home this inning for Henley. Ryan Douglas led off with a double. He would wind up advancing to third on a wild pitch and scoring on a sacrifice fly. 0-1, misses outside. Sims on the move. The throw down is not in time. And Sims swipes second into scoring position. And I didn't quite, was that a ball or was that a strike? I think that was a ball low. 1-1. I think it might have been a touch outside as well to Jacoby Takini. And now an opportunity for the Hornets to try to take a lead with the go-ahead run in scoring position. The 1-1 to Takini. Left side of the infield, through and into left. And it's misplayed by the left fielder. Sims turns around third, headed home. The throw is late, and the Hornets have the lead. An RBI for Takini, and Sims scoring on the air. Advancing to second, by the way, was Jacoby Takini. He'll be replaced by Max Price, who's out there to courtesy run for him, and it brings up Ian Meyer. A single and an RBI, and then Takini advancing on the error. And in steps Ian Meyer. Hornets in front now 2-1. Meyer 1 for 1 in the contest today. He singled and was left stranded in the first inning. First pitch to him here. First pitch taken for a ball off the outside part of the plate. 1-0. Meyer batting .348 to start this season. .436 on base percentage. And Johnson readies with the 1-0. Meyer slices it foul towards the KU dugout. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Derek Cox is on deck for the Hornets. Team which hasn't had trouble scoring runs this year, but Klamath Union's pitching staff, notably Johnson, has done a good job against them so far of mixing locations up. We'll see where he goes here in a 1-1 count to Ian Meyer. Second baseman Brias was holding the runner for a moment, but Meyer will get plunked on the 1-1 pitch, and he is aboard at first with 1 out, and here's Derek Cox. Moves up, Max Price had been at second. Now we've got a meeting on the mound. Coach Michael Overstreet coming on out to discuss things with his infield. Don't think we'll be seeing a change yet. Johnson's been throwing well, but we'll see exactly what they discuss here. In the meantime, I want to remind you today's broadcast brought to you in part by Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. They use a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance has been treating athletes of all ages since 2020. Quick conference on the mound. Coach Overstreet trying to instill some confidence in Johnson, and he's throwing well, like I said, against this Henley order so far today. When he's able to find the strike zone, he's got 4 strikeouts today. A couple of men have reached and advanced on errors. Nothing you can do about that as a pitcher, and for a team which has scored the third most runs in all of the 4A classification. That's a decent start. And the first pitch misses upstairs. It's off the glove of the catcher, and both men will advance. Price to third, Meyer to second, and Derek Cox ahead in the count 1-0. 134 runs scored this season for Henley. They only trail Pendleton, who is 179, and Gladstone at 163. The 1-0 pitch misses upstairs. Count is 2-0. They talk about the Henley pitching. According to runs allowed so far this season, Henley has the very best pitching staff in the state. 37 runs allowed. The only team close is Hidden Valley at 39. Here's a fly ball, shallow right field, playable for the second baseman, Brias, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 outs now in the third inning. And both men remain in scoring position for Corbin Hamilton. Corbin 0 for 1 in the ball game today. He struck out in the second inning. Hamilton stands tall in the right-handed batter's box. Relaxed as well with his hands. The first pitch to him is going to miss upstairs, 1-0. Hamilton's done a good job on the mound of keeping this game where it is after surrendering a run in the first inning. But now a chance to add some insurance to his lead with two men in scoring position. Swings underneath an off-speed pitch. Count is even, 1-1 to Corbin Hamilton with Chase Barrett waiting on deck if the inning continues for the Hornets. Johnson set and delivers. Hamilton swings and misses at the 1-1. A little bit outside on the fastball. Hamilton might have been just a little bit out in front of that pitch. But now going to have to protect in a 2-strike count. Misses upstairs, and the count is 2-2. 2 outs, 2 men on in a 2-1 ball game that Henley leads in the bottom of the third inning. All right, Johnson looking in, gets the sign, now is set. Delivers the pitch. Hamilton chases upstairs. Strike 3 called. The Hornets, though, take the lead 2-1. The score after a couple of runs come in this inning on a couple of base hits. Again, a 2-1 scoreline as we head to the fourth on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Ready back for the top of the fourth inning here on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. Checking the line score for these two teams real briefly. For Klamath Union, 1 run comes on 2 hits. They've committed 2 errors and left 2 runners on base so far today. For Henley, 2 runs comes on 3 hits. No errors for the Hornets. They've left 3 runners on base so far today. Due up this half for Klamath Union, it's 4, 5, and 6 in their order, as Harrison Swaim fouls off the first pitch he sees, falls behind 0-1. Swaim 1 for 1 in the contest today. He singled and was left stranded at third back in the first inning. Trying to get a rally started against Corbin Hamilton, as the Pelicans now find themselves down a run to start this fourth inning, as Hamilton misses upstairs 1-1. The Hornets not only tied, but taking the lead in the bottom half of the third inning. Now Corbin working with the lead. This is where he becomes dangerous. The 1-1 curveball drops it in for a strike, 1-2. Like I said, for Klamath Union's sake, good for them. They're able to get a run in the first inning, but since then, Hamilton has retired 7 straight batters. The 1-2 make it 8 straight batters, as that was strike 3 looking to Harrison Swaim, 1 gone in the fourth inning. That's also 3 straight strikeouts, dating back to the third inning for Hamilton. And 7 total for the game. Here's Griffin Johnson, the right fielder for KU. As Hamilton delivers an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed, 0-2. Boy, that curveball for Hamilton, you see it coming towards your hands as a right-handed pitcher, and then it just drops off the table and typically has a little bit of break back over the plate as well. The 0-1, there it is again. Curveball swung on and missed, 0-2 to Griffin Johnson. He's 1 for 1 today. Had a big RBI double in the first inning, but was left stranded in that inning. Hamilton shakes off Takini on the first offering. Now is agreeable. The 0-2, a curveball again. 3 straight benders, 3 straight swings, and 3 straight misses. Sets down Griffin Johnson, and it brings up Reese Johnson for the Pelicans. Johnson was a strikeout casualty back in the first inning. Has pitched well for Klamath Union, the defensive end. Trying to get something going here against Corbin Hamilton. And out of the windup, here comes Corbin. Goes two-seam fastball, misses upstairs, just above the letters. 1-0 the count to Reese Johnson. Luis Mesa Bravo is on deck. Hamilton out of the windup. The 1-0 goes curveball, fouled back into the glove of Takini. 1-1. Hamilton has used that curveball to perfection here in the fourth inning. See where he goes here on the 1-1. Goes Bender again. There's that pitch started by his hands. Broke back across the plate. 1-2 the count to Johnson. Hamilton commanding the curveball here. Johnson chokes up a little bit on the bat in a 2-strike count. And here comes Corbin with the 1-2. Fastball catches the black on the outside. Johnson down looking, and Hamilton strikes out the side in the fourth inning. The Hornets carry a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom half of the fourth next on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And we welcome you back. Joining the bottom of the fourth inning, already in progress. A 1-0 count to Chase Barrett. And a 2-0 count as that pitch misses inside. A score of 2-1. And Klamath Union trailing the Henley Hornets here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Chase Barrett, Porter Frost, Ryan Douglas do up this half for Henley. Reese Johnson readies with the pitch. He finds the zone on the outside. Maybe a touch up as well. 2-1 the count to Barrett. He's 0 for 1 in the game so far. He struck out back in the second inning. Reese Johnson set now, and the pitch. That one misses upstairs, 3-1. I mentioned it during his at-bat, but Reese Johnson operating well today against this Henley order. We'll check on the line score for Johnson here after this 3-1 pitch. It misses outside. Barrett might try to turn this into 2. He takes a big turnaround first, but he stays there. Barrett aboard with a leadoff walk here in the fourth inning. Reese Johnson, through 3 innings pitched, has allowed just 3 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 5 batters. That was only his second walk. It's an impressive line score against this Henley order, which has been punishing pitchers all spring long so far. Johnson, who is also the quarterback of the football team and a point guard on the basketball team, has pitched well here in this game. Move over to first. Barrett back safely. Chase, a guy who's had to work on his base running a bit throughout the offseason, but, well, he's got 6 stolen bases so far this year. They move over to him again. He's back safely once more. Porter Frost at the dish for Henley. He's 0 for 1. Tried to lay down a bunt in the second inning, And we'll see if they've got something similar brewing here as Coach Teeters offers up some signs. P.J. Safford, the third baseman for KU, starts to play in as Porter Frost tries to lay down a bunt, but he pops it straight up to the catcher, and there's one gone in the fourth inning. Here's Ryan Douglas, 1 for 1 in the ball game so far today. He doubled in the third inning, and then he would come around to score Henley's first run of the game. That double for Douglas was his third of the season and his fourth total extra base hit. But again, he's been seeing the ball well since the start of Skyline Conference play. Pitch to Douglas, hit hard, left field. Jones giving chase, lays out for it again. This time he comes up empty, and it rolls to the wall. Barrett burning around third. He's going to score. Douglas trying to leg out a triple. The throw to third is in time, and they got Douglas trying to stretch that double into a triple. And an RBI does come in, or a run comes in and scores. It's now 3-1. An RBI double for Douglas, and now with 2 outs, it's Connor Shively. Great hit there for Douglas to extend Henley's lead. Shively looking to get a rally started. Line drive, right field, base hit. And a 2-out knock for Shively. His first of the ball game brings up Carson Sims. Sims is 0 for 2 today. He struck out in his first at-bat, reached on an error in the third inning, but he came around and scored in that third inning. Modest lead off of first for Shively. We'll see if the Hornets get aggressive here with 2 outs. Johnson taking a look. Shively on the move. A check swing at the plate. Looked like it'd be called a ball, and Shively is in at second. Count 1-0 now to Sims after he took that pitch low. Carson, a .453 hitter, 19 RBI this season. That leads the team. And the pitch to Sims, hit into the air, right side foul. And it's 1-1. The count to Carson. Jacoby Takini is on deck for Henley. All right, Sims settling back in now. Keeps his feet wide in the right-handed batter's box. He's ready for the 1-1. Hit, line drive, right field, down for a base hit. Shively is getting waved in. He is going to score, and an RBI single for Carson Sims. It's 4-1 Henley. Here comes Jacoby Takini. Now he's 1 for 2 today. Flew out in the first, but singled in a run in the third inning. Already 2 home here in the fourth for Henley as they lead by a score of 4-1. And here's the first offering to Takini as Johnson comes set. No, we'll have to wait a moment. They check on Sims over there. He's safely back to first. That's RBI number 20, by the way, on the season for Sims. And his 25th hit. Pitch to Takini. Sims on the move. No throw down. He will advance. I think Mesa Bravo lost it on the transfer again. But now Sims into scoring position for Takini at the plate. And I believe the count is 0-1. All right. Johnson takes a look at Sims over at second. Now motions home. Takini, a line drive straight at the left fielder Jones. Plays it on a hop, but a base hit will score a run. Sims in, and the RBI for Takini makes it 5-1 Hornets. 2 RBIs on the day now for Jacoby. 2 for 3 on the afternoon, and here comes Ian Meyer. Meyer has reached base each time today, but he's 1 for 1. He singled in the first and then was hit by a pitch in the third inning. Bats here again, 2 outs. 3 runs have already come in and scored. And Meyer looking to add to that total. It's been 4 straight hits for the Hornets, dating back to that double from Douglas As the pitch, the throw down to get the runner is not going to be in time. In safely is Max Price with a stolen base. Price, as far as stolen bases go for him, now that's number 3 on the season. 1-0 the count to Ian Meyer, the cleanup hitter for the Hornets, and an RBI opportunity. Johnson delivers the pitch to Meyer. Towering fly ball, left field. Jones moving towards the foul line. That will drift foul. Gave that one a long ride, but it's just a loud strike one. Derek Cox on deck for the Hornets. Should this inning continue? Like I said, it was Douglas who doubled. He was thrown out, but since then, Shively singled and scored. Sims singled and scored. Takini singled, and his courtesy runner Price out there at second. Meyer just looking to keep the bandwagon rolling right along. Johnson, the pitch into Meyer. Here it comes. Misses upstairs. Good take there from Ian. The count's 2-1. Meyer, a .348 hitter this season, 13 RBI, 11 runs scored. Trying to cushion this 4-run advantage the Hornets have just a bit more. The 2-1 pitch misses off the plate away. 3-1. Heard some cheering going on behind me at the softball field. It looks like the Henley Hornets have broken the 2-2 tie and now lead 6-2. In softball behind us here, the score 5-1. The 3-1 pitch to Ian Meyer misses upstairs. Meyer works a walk. And now there's 2 on for Derek Cox. Cox is 0 for 2 in this contest. He has struck out and popped out so far. But lately he's been swinging the bat well. Again, he had that grand slam back on Friday. And now awaits the first offering. Misses upstairs, 1-0. Cox on the season, the team's 4th best hitter at a .359 average. As a freshman last year, started a number of games. As a sophomore, he's only gotten better. The 1-0 is lifted foul. Count is even, 1-1. Multi-sport athlete as well as Derek. I don't know what he does during the winter time, but I know that he's going to be out there vying for a quarterback role next fall for the Henley Hornets, who have come off of 3 straight state championship appearances. Cox looking to figure to be a part of that one as well. The 1-1 is nearly going to take his head off, but ducks out of the way, 2-1. Corbin Hamilton waits on deck for the Hornets. Modest lead off of first for Meyer, although he can probably take another step or more with that runner in front of him as Derek chases a pitch in the dirt for strike 2. Count even. Max Price leading off a second. Good aggressive lead. No one's really holding him there. Barrios lightly at second base. Kaufman playing shortstop straight up. The pitch misses upstairs. Counts full. So now you're going to see both of these guys on the move. A lot of movement in the infield here. And also a head start for Meyer over there at first. Should a ball get in the gap, you might be looking at him to try to score as well. Pitch to Cox. Hit into the air. Center field. Moving over is Baker. And the catch is made. And that will retire the side. But the Hornets score 3 in this inning. They lead 5-1 as we go to the top of the 5th next on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Getting set now for the top of the fifth inning on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Corbin Hamilton still out there dealing for the Hornets. He has retired the last 10 batters he's faced, and 8 of those outs have been strikeouts. He has got 9 total strikeouts today, and he's trying to get through the bottom third of the Klamath Union order here in the fifth inning. Luis Mesa Bravo due to lead things off. He'll be followed by Nathan Ferns, the designated hitter, and Donovan Jones, the left fielder for KU. All right, Hamilton looking in against Bravo. He was one of the strikeout casualties back in the second inning. And the pitch from Hamilton. It's an upstairs fastball that misses. Did he go around? No, he did not. Count is 1-0. Hamilton ready with the 1-0 pitch. That one is in the zone on the outside corner. Count is now even. We took a look a moment ago at the softball score behind us. Henley leading that game 6-2. Around the basin, we'll check in on some other games. Cross Point Christian today in a league contest against Illinois Valley, two of the top teams in Special District 6. In the top of the fourth inning, Cross Point Christian leading Illinois Valley 2-1. We'll check in on Mazama and Phoenix here in just a moment. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and 1 out in the fifth inning. That is 6 straight strikeouts for Corbin Hamilton. He is absolutely dealing right now. Phoenix leading Mazama 2-0. That is in the top of the fifth inning. Phoenix with the bases loaded over there at Mazama High School. We'll see if they're able to add anything more to their lead. The first pitch into Nathan Ferns misses off the plate away, 1-0. We've also got Lost River playing Bonanza today. That game has gone final. The Raiders defeating the Antlers 24-1 in 5 innings. One other final score today for a Skyline Conference team. The Hidden Valley Mustangs picking up a non-league win today, 5-2 against the Etna Lions. 1-1 swung on and missed. Count a ball and 2 strikes to Nathan Ferns. He's 0 for 1 today, struck out in the second inning. Corbin Hamilton looking for another one. The 1-2 swung on and missed again. 2 outs in the fifth inning. 7 straight strikeouts here for Hamilton. And here comes Donovan Jones. And are we reaching a pitch count here for Corbin Hamilton? And it looks like that would be the case. Exit the game on 8 straight strikeouts. Not a bad afternoon for Corbin Hamilton. His team leads 5-1. Top of the fifth inning. Looks like we're going to get an appearance from Ty Teeters when we come back. Stick with us for more Henley baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Bringing you back to the top of the fifth inning, a game in which Henley leads 5-1 against the Klamath Union Pelicans. And a new pitcher on the hill for Henley, it's Ty Teeters, as he inherits bases empty with 2 outs in the fifth. Let's take a look at Teeters' numbers this season. This is his 5th appearance. They've all been in relief this year. 9 1/3 innings pitched, and he's got 1 save. He's allowed 11 hits, 7 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 9. An ERA of 5 1/4. Through his first, 9 innings pitched. So still pretty small sample size for Ty so far this season. Last I saw him, I believe it was the series against Junction City. You're going to pull up the line score there. No, he did pitch against Phoenix. back on Friday. Pitched 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Struck out 3 batters in that contest, and he gets things started with a strike against Donovan Jones. Jones is 0 for 1 today. Flew out in his first at-bat. Teeters drops in a curveball for strike 2. Teeters looking to continue the train of strikeouts. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball misses up. 1-2. Hamilton exited the game after striking out 7 straight guys, although they pulled him due to pitch count to try to keep him eligible potentially later on in the series, as the 1-2 rings him up. And that's another strikeout for the Hornets pitching staff today. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th next, and the Hornets up 5-1 on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
It is the bottom of the 5th inning on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Corbin Hamilton, Chase Barrett, Ty Teeters do up this half inning for the Hornets as they go to work against Reese Johnson. First pitch lifted into the air, center field. Baker going back. That is caught in center. Had to leave his feet. Baker brought it in on the hop. And 1 out after 1 pitch in the 5th inning. Chase Barrett settling in now, 0 for 1 in today's game, although he did walk and score his last time up. Otherwise, he struck out in today's game. First pitch to Barrett is going to miss inside. Count is 1-0 to Chase Barrett. And again, Ty Teeters is on deck for Henley. The 1-0 home finds the outside corner, count even, and a ball and a strike to Barrett. 357 hitter this season. We've talked about him at length. Good to see him in the starting lineup. The 1-1 swung on and missed. 1-2. Barrett. Johnson trying to make quick work of Henley here after they scored 2 in the 3rd and 3 more in the 4th. And he gets out to a good start as he sends Barrett packing strike 3 swinging. And it brings up Ty Teeters. Teeters hitting in the 8th spot here, replacing Porter Frost. That was the change, by the way, for the Hornets when they made a pitching change. As Teeters takes a look at strike 1, they had Frost exit the game. Hamilton took his spot over in right field. And now Teeters on the mound and hitting in the 8th spot. Ryan Douglas is on deck if the inning continues. Teeters takes a pitch off the inside, up by his hands. Count is even at 1. Teeters hasn't had a ton of opportunities to swing the stick so far this year. As the 1-1 misses upstairs. Count is 2-1, but he's 1 for 1 on the season. And a 1,000 batting average, even in a small sample size. You want to keep that going as long as you can. In his only other plate appearance, he was hit by the pitch. The 2-1 misses upstairs, 3-1. And again, Douglas waiting on deck. He's had a good day today. We'll talk about it if we get there. Teeters looking to find a way to get on base. The pitch misses low, and he does just that. 3-1. He'll take ball 4. And Teeters aboard with 2 gone in the 5th inning. Got a courtesy runner coming in for Ty Teeters. It'll be Harley Hoblet running in there for the pitcher. So Hoblet aboard at first. Douglas at the plate. He's had a good game today. 2 for 2, 2 doubles and an RBI and a run scored. For Douglas, he has seen Johnson well on a day where it took the Hornets a while to get the offense going, but each time Douglas was there to jumpstart the offense. In the third inning, he led off, got the double, and would come around and score. Henley scored 2 runs in that inning. In the fourth, he was able to hit a double that scored a run. He was out trying to stretch that double into a triple, but after him, it was his hit that really broke the dam, as Henley recorded 4 straight hits in that inning, wound up scoring 3 runs. Douglas a big piece of that. As he takes a strike there, I believe the count is even at 1, or it might be 0-1 for Douglas. Regardless, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Hoblet on the move. The throw down to second, short hops him. And in safely is Harley Hoblet. I believe now the count is even. Or is it 0-2? Well, that wasn't quite a signal. I think the count 0-2 at the plate. And it is a drop third strike. Throw down to first to get Douglas is there, and that will end the inning. Hornets get a base runner, but they leave him stranded in the 5th. The score of 5-1 as we go to the 6th next on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Top of the 6th inning, and let's check on the line score as the Hornets lead the Klamath Union Pelicans 5-1. For Klamath Union, 1 run comes on 2 hits. They've committed 2 errors and left 2 runners on base. For Henley, 5 runs today comes on 7 hits. No errors for them. They've left 6 runners on base today. P.J. Safford, followed by Isaac Barrias and Tilden Kaufman. That's the top of the Klamath Union order, due up against Ty Teeters. Teeters comes in relief of Corbin Hamilton, who pitched 4 2/3 innings. Gave up 2 hits and a run. He struck out 11 batters. And he would be the winning pitcher today should the lead hold. And a big bending curveball dropped in for a strike. The count is 0-1 to P.J. Safford. I don't think Safford was necessarily thrilled with that strike call, but that big bending curveball, especially up in the zone, has been called today. And the 0-1 comes from Teeters. That one misses outside for sure. 1-1 the count. Safford was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, would come around and score in the first inning. And then he grounded out in the 3rd. And the 1-1 to Safford, lifted into the air, foul. Safford going to be the newest member of the Oregon Tech Owls baseball team next year. The Oregon Tech Owls were able to, just by the skin of their teeth, make the Cascade Collegiate Conference postseason with a win back on Sunday. And a Klamath Union product, part of the heroes there. As the 1-2 is rolled back up the middle to the pitchers. Teeters going to underhand dish to Meyer at first. 1 gone in the 6th. Want to finish my thought, though, about Oregon Tech as the Owls were able to make the conference tournament after a game-tying home run from Jacob Cook, who was a Klamath Union Pelican once upon a time. And so it's cool to see a hometown kid able to make a comeback like that against College of Idaho and push their team into the playoffs. First game for the Tech baseball team, May 1st, Friday at 11 a.m. against Bushnell in the Cascade Collegiate Conference playoffs. As that pitch is going to miss to Isaac Barrias, 1-0 the count. As Ty Teeters working in against the second baseman for Klamath Union. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is even. The OIT softball team, by the way, also making and able to host the Cascade Collegiate Conference playoffs. They will be up at John and Lois Stillwell Stadium beginning on Friday as well. 1-1 pitch, another ground ball, this time towards the left side. Shively up with it, bobbles it, strong throw, takes Meyer off the bag. And an error will allow Boreas to reach safely in the 6th inning. Now brings up Tilden Kaufman for Klamath Union with 1 away and a runner on. I wanted to finish my thought here about Tech softball. The Lady Owls will play either, I believe it was College of Idaho or University of British Columbia, as those two teams will start the event early on Friday morning, and then Tech's game is at 2 o'clock up at the softball field. First pitch in the dirt, off the plate away to Tilden Kaufman. 1-0 the count there. I want to make sure I got my facts straight. Yeah, it's University of British Columbia or College of Idaho. Those two teams play early on Friday, and then Tech plays at 2. We'll have coverage of OIT softball on this station on 104.3 and 960 Sports. 1-0 pitch finds the zone. Count even. A ball and a strike to Tilden Kaufman. Runner aboard at first is Isaac Boreas. Kaufman 0 for 2 in this game today. He struck out in each of his first 2 at-bats in the 1st and 3rd innings. And the pitch in, a curveball waved at and missed. 1-2, the count to Kaufman. Harrison Swaim is on deck for the Pels. Kaufman widens out a bit in a 2-strike count, chokes up, teeters, delivers. That pitch misses low. Off and on the move is Boreas. Takini throws a dart, and they got him at second base. 2 outs in the 6th inning, and a 2-strike count at the plate to Tilden Kaufman. Jacoby Takini punishes you when you run on him. I feel like I say it every game. He has got a strong arm behind the dish. You got to have a real set of wheels to be able to get one by on him. 2-2 the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Takini applies the tag. That will end the inning. After 5.5, a score of 5-1. And the Hornets lead the Pelicans. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you're aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and the Henley Hornets lead 5-1 against the Klamath Union Pelicans. Due up this half, it's the top of the Hornets order. Connor Shively, Carson Sims, and Jacoby Takini. Reese Johnson still out there on the mound for Klamath Union. Like I said, he's, all things considered, pitched pretty well today against the Henley Hornets. We'll check on the line score for him in just a moment here as Shively gets ready to settle in. Shively 1 for 1 today. He has walked, hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI, and then he singled and scored in the 4th inning as Reese Johnson misses with ball 1. Johnson, delivery again, and the count now 2-0. Shively hits one into the air, left side, well foul. The count is 2-1. All right, Johnson today, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, 7 strikeouts for him today, and he's still throwing hard. Just got the gun working here. 70 miles an hour still on the fastball for Johnson. And the pitch, curveball, called a strike. Thought that was 2 strikes, but that was only strike 2. My bad there. And a good curveball that time from Johnson. Started off the plate to the lefty, broke back across. And a 2-strike pitch will miss upstairs. And the count full to Connor Shively. If you're curious for Klamath Union, who's due up in the next half inning, it's the middle of the order. Swaim, Johnson, and Johnson. Shively line drive center field. Baker is going to leap, and he makes the catch in center. Some fantastic plays by the KU outfield today. Baker adds another chapter, 1 out in the 6th inning. He's had to jump to bring in some hard line drives twice today, and he's done it each time. Now Carson Sims bats with 1 out, and the base is empty. Sims has scored 2 runs today. He's 1 for 3. Struck out, reached on an error, and then singled. Here, one is popped up right side. Over his Swaim by the Henley dugout, puts it away. 2 gone in the inning. Quickly, 2 outs. And Jacoby Takini settling in now for the Hornets. He's 2 for 3 today, 2 RBI for him on the afternoon. And set is Reese Johnson. The pitch. Takini fouled it back. 0-1. Ian Meyer is on deck if the inning continues for the Hornets. Set on the mound is Johnson. And the 0-1 is in the dirt. A ball and a strike to the Henley catcher. Again, this series continues on Friday. A doubleheader will migrate over to Kiger Stadium for a 3 o'clock start on Friday. 1-1 to Takini. Deep fly ball left field, but foul. And that'll move the count to a ball and 2 strikes for Takini. Sophomore settling back in. And he is about ready. Johnson shakes off the first offering from Mesa Bravo. Now is agreeable for the 1-2. And here it comes. Takini offs one, foul. And the count still 1-2. We need, got to brush off the plate there. Boy, that thing was all the way covered. All right, we'll do it again. 1-2. Johnson grabs the sign, now is set, and the pitch. Takini, that one hit Johnson, ricochets towards Safford. Throw to first is not in time. Now I want to check to make sure Johnson is okay. That was a line drive right back to him. He didn't hit the deck. He seems to be okay. And looks to be walking off. I think that hit his throwing arm. And we'll give him a chance to recuperate here as Max Price now aboard at first. And I think, I'm going to give Takini a base hit there. I feel like it was ricochet, tough play for Safford to make. Everyone's okay out there. Takini with his 3rd hit of the day is aboard at first. And it brings up Ian Meyer. Reese Johnson, if there's one thing I know about him, he's a gamer. He's not going to want to be taken out of this game, especially, like I said, he's throwing well, too. I wouldn't want to be taken out of this game either. He's a football player. He's got that extra grit, that extra toughness to him. Also a basketball player. Like I said, he's just a gamer. He wants to be out there playing. He checks on Price over there at first. Price on the move. The pitch swung on and missed by Meyer. The throw down not going to be in time. And then it winds up in center field. And Price is going to advance to 3rd. I think that they're trying to say, Mesa Bravo is trying to make the argument that Meyer hit his glove. But on the follow-through of the swing, I don't think there's any problem with it. And that's what the umpire is explaining to the catcher there. You're allowed to follow through on your swing a little bit. And Price now in at 3rd. And the count is 0-1 to Meyer. Swings and misses 0-2. Johnson still has an opportunity to try to set down the side without allowing a run to come across. Derek Cox on deck. Meyer with the runner at 3rd and 2 outs. That one is hit sharply down the 3rd base side, but foul. Meyer singled in the 1st, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and walked in the 4th. He's got 2 strikes on him here. The 0-2 swung on and missed. A pitch in the dirt. Meyer racing down to first. The throw to first is not in time. He dropped the ball. The home plate umpire, I think, is going to come back and say he was out because the runner was out of the base pad. Oh, well. Okay, Meyer is out because he ran inside the baselines, and so that will retire the side. Hornets leading 5-1. We'll be back here in just a moment with more Henley baseball next on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Top of the seventh inning, and the Henley Hornets looking to close out a Game 1 victory against Klamath Union in a 3-game season series. Harrison Swaim, Griffin Johnson, and Reese Johnson standing in their way. Fly ball on the first pitch, winds up foul 0-1. Ty Teeters still on the bump for Henley. He threw well. He's recorded 4 straight outs since entering the ball game. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Swaim. That one dips below the zone. Count 1-1 to Swaim. He's 1 for 2 today. He singled in the first, struck out in the fourth. Takini gives the signal, and the pitch from Teeters hits that signal perfect. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-2. Ty Teeters, a sophomore. The 1-2 pitch from him is an off-speed pitch that dips low. Good take at the plate by Swaim, and a 2-strike count. Run the count even, 2-2. Ty Teeters had a minuscule role on the varsity team last year, but has now found himself pitching in big Skyline Conference moments. The 2-2 misses, 3-2. He's tried to get Swaim to chase on each of the last 2 curveballs, but he's missed them both low. Teeters set, 3-2. That one called strike 3. Teeters got him looking for the first out in the 7th inning. And I believe this is Griffin Johnson getting ready to step in here. Johnson 1 for 2 today, an RBI double in the first inning. Then he struck out in the fourth. Here he takes a look at ball 1. The fastball misses below the knees, 1-0. All right, 1-0 pitch coming up. Swung on and missed, 1-1 the count. Looks like Henley softball team took care of business earlier today. They defeated Klamath Union 13-2, the final score there. 1-1 pitch, drops in a curveball for strike 2. Some other scores around the basin real briefly. Mazama trailing Phoenix 3-1. Cross Point Christian trailing Illinois Valley 7-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch, misses off the plate away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Griffin Johnson with Reese Johnson on deck. And the pitch from Teeters, curveball waved at and missed, and 2 gone here in the 7th inning. Johnson 0 for 2 today, a pair of strikeouts for him. It was first and fourth inning strikeouts, and the Pelicans down to their final out of the afternoon. Teeters disagreeable on the first 2 signs from Takini, now finds one he likes. Here's the pitch, fastball away, misses away, maybe a touch high as well, 1-0. The count to Reese Johnson. And Teeters working quickly out there, already ready with the 1-0. It's lifted into the air, playable behind home plate for Tacchini, and that will do it. Ball game is over. The Henley Hornets win 5-1. We'll be back with our post-game show, and we'll talk to the Abby's legendary pizza player of the game next on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Josh Eldridge back with you with Henley Baseball here on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. The Hornets with a Skyline Conference win today 5-1 against the Klamath Union Pelicans. And we've got now our Abby's legendary pizza player of the game, Jacoby Tacchini, here with us. Jacoby, let's just first get your immediate reactions after the game you guys played here today.
Yeah, it could have been cleaner on our part. I wouldn't say the bats ever really got rolling, but I'm never one to complain about a league win. So, got the job done, and that's all that matters.
I got your line score here, 3 for 4 today, a couple of RBIs. What were you able to see up there at the plate?
Yeah, just hunting fastballs early in the count. Pretty easy. It's nice getting runners in scoring position to drive in, and expecting pitches to hit.
These guys, this pitching staff you guys have, really special so far this year. You guys, at this point, have allowed the fewest runs in the whole 4A class. You see more of these pitchers than anybody. What do these guys bring to the table each and every day?
Yeah, these guys have done a really, really good job on the hill, and it's been super fun to work with all of them. Just with their confidence and their trust in me and our coaching staff, it's been really fun to watch and even more fun to catch, So I'm just really glad we have that kind of trust around here.
Congratulations on the win today, man. I'll let you get back to the work you got to do, and congratulations on being the player of the game, man.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, Jacoby Tacchini here with us. We're going to wrap this game up here in just a moment. 5-1, the final score today. Henley defeating Klamath Union, 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 error today for Henley. They left 7 runners on base. For Klamath Union, 1 run comes on 2 hits. They committed 3 errors and left 2 runners on base today. The winning pitcher is Corbin Hamilton, who pitched 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits and a run. He struck out 11 batters. The losing pitcher today for Klamath Union, despite a quality effort, is Reese Johnson. Pitched 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 runs. 4 of them were earned. He walked 4 and struck out 8. Notables today for Henley include our player of the game, Jacoby Tacchini, who finished 3 for 4 today with an RBI. Ryan Douglas was 2 for 3 today with an RBI. Couple of doubles for Douglas today. Connor Shively was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Carson Sims was 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI today. Ian Meyer was 1 for 2 as well. Those are offensive notables for Henley. For Klamath Union today, a 1-for-3 day for Harrison Swaim and a 1-for-3 day for Griffin Johnson. He also added an RBI with a double in the first inning, but a 2-hit day for Klamath Union. Wasn't able to cut it today against the Henley Hornets. But these two teams will go at it again on Friday. We'll move over to Kiger Stadium for a doubleheader beginning at 3 o'clock between the Hornets and the Pelicans. Hope that you join us then, but until then, my name is Josh Eldridge. Have a great rest of your Tuesday afternoon. So long and good night from beautiful Rosser Field at Henley High School.